Look, this loss for Texas Tech is not only bad for Texas Tech, I think it's catastrophic for just the Big 12 as a whole. And I love the Big 12. I'm a Big 12 guy. I think it's an awesome product. But I have to ask the question because what Texas Tech did to the rest of the Big 12 this year is complete annihilation. They beat teams by an average of 31 points per game this year. That's their margin of victory, 31. So when Texas Tech goes in against Oregon and gets shut out, what does that say about the rest of the Big 12? Because Texas Tech wasn't able to score a point on Oregon. They scored 42 points per game this season. 42. And yeah, I think Texas Tech met their match. Texas Tech was, I would call them very explosive play dependent. So the red zone offense was really inconsistent. I think if you gave them a 3rd and 6 or a 3rd and 5, they weren't extremely reliable at just moving the chains. And so Oregon had quite possibly the best safeties in all of college football, so they could keep everything in front of them. So Texas Tech's main, most dependent on method of scoring, bam, taken away. No one in the Big 12 has the safeties and the DBs to be able to do that. So Texas Tech was able to, bam, 70 yards to Reggie Virgil. Bam, 60-yard run by Jacoby Williams. Just explosive after explosive. So I think if you're Texas Tech, okay, I'm at least going to say this. Your flaw was moving the chains, red zone offense. It all got extremely exposed against Oregon. So the good news, and there is good news out of this, is sometimes losses like this can be used for a lot of good. It's a humble awakening. Because maybe if you go out and beat Oregon and you don't focus on that flaw as much in the offseason because it's not as exposed, well, all of a sudden, that's still going to be there. Now, this flaw is right in front of your face. You can't look away from it. So I think Texas Tech needs to be very intentional about the guys that they go after spring and the portal. You're very close. You have a lot of this. You built a championship level defense, which is freaking tough to do. That defense was great. And by the way, that defense played their tails off against Oregon. A darn good offense, might I say. I think you need to go get a dynamic quarterback. Byron Morton had negative 113 rushing yards this season. And I think when those receivers couldn't get open, there were virtually no options for Texas Tech. That can ease some of the pressure off those receivers at times if you need a QB spy, if those linebackers really respect his running ability. I think you need to go get a receiver that's super reliable in the red zone. Not just a guy that can beat you in a fly route deep and give you a 60-yard touchdown, but some guy who you can throw a jump ball to. Cam Coleman, perhaps. He's taking a visit to Texas Tech. Brendan Sorsby, he's taking a visit to Texas Tech. Those two guys would be perfect for what Tech needs to do next year in order to go from a very good team, which is what they were, to a great team. And I think you're already great on defense. You're already extremely explosive. You just need something to glue those two things together.